everyone, Elisa, the Channeling Eric team, and the whole Atlantis Scalar energy team. I am wanting to share my video testimonial because I really have been following Elisa's work for many, many years, even before she started Atlantis Scalar. And when she did start this scalar energy healing service, I had never heard of it before. I was kind of skeptical, to be honest. I do believe in energy healing, but I just had never heard of a machine being able to transmit this kind of healing energy no matter where you are in the world. So although I was a little skeptical, I was very intrigued. And because of the years of, following and listening and reading Elisa's content in Channeling Eric, I knew her to be a very trustworthy person, and she's extremely caring and always just wants the best for anyone in need of healing. So I did try it out. So the first thing I tried out was actually about, I think like 2 years ago. I had this social anxiety service done. This is something I wanted to try because I used to not be anxious around people. I really was very open and talkative and chatty with people, and it never was a problem meeting people and having relationships and friendships. However, as I got older in my adult life, I have experienced some really traumatic experiences with some of my closest loved ones, some betrayals of trust and people just walking out of my life. So it's been challenging, and it's really broken my trust and faith in humanity. It's made me feel very resistant to meeting new people. I avoid social situations. I kind of hide behind my husband, who's more comfortable around people, more chatty. So I kind of let him do the heavy lifting, and I just kind of like stay in the background. And that's not really who I am at my core. It's just kind of what I've shrunken into as a coping mechanism to what I've experienced in my life. So I did try that out. And for those of you who don't know, when you sign up for a service, you don't know when it's going to be completed until it's done. So, it could take, anywhere from a week to a few weeks. So you really just don't know. And so that was the case for me as well. I, submitted it and then didn't hear anything back until I don't remember if it was like 2 weeks later or a week and a half. I don't remember, but I do remember it was a Friday and it was in the afternoon, and I started to just randomly feel this overwhelming, light, joyous feeling for no particular reason. I mean, I was at work, and nothing was happening. It was just like this thing that came over me, and I just felt like this cheerful goodwill in my mind. And then sure enough, I think like an hour after that, I got an email from Elisa saying that the work was complete. So I thought that was so funny, and the timing was impeccable and so uncanny. And so then after work, I went on a walk with my husband to the park, and it was a kind of a crowded park. There's always families and lots of people walking around. And normally I avoid eye contact. I don't want to engage with people in any way. I only really feel safe with my husband. And I noticed that on this walk, I was really very present. Like I wanted to smile to everyone around me. I didn't feel scared, afraid, tentative. I felt open to people. It's just so strange. It was like a sensation I haven't felt in a very, very long time. So that was really welcome, that experience. And it almost feels like a blank slate came over me, like I'm resetting my life in that regard. So that was really great. I really enjoyed that. One thing I will say is that over time, I did see the results kind of slip a little bit, and it's not because of the work. I think it's just because of me. I just kind of slipped back into old habits. So there is an element of like, you do still have to do the work. Like you still have to maintain positive thoughts, and anything that's limiting you, you need to work on it and become aware of it and want to be different and better. So I do want to say that caveat to everyone. Nothing is like a magic bullet. Like you still have to participate in your own healing and do the work yourself. But I am confident, and I do believe that if you do, you will be able to have long-lasting effects. So that was my first service I had with Atlantis Scalar. The second one I had was the main service, the ERPE, or the energy repair one, the main one that you should really have first. And I should have had that first before the social anxiety one. So I had that done back in February, and that was also really interesting. Again, didn't know when it was going to happen. I just signed up for the service and then was told later on that it was happening. And what was interesting was like the day that it happened, before I found out that she had completed the service, my body was kind of going a little haywire. I was like having some kind of like funny like reactions and things, and I didn't know what was going on. And then Elisa did reach out and say like, hey, yes, the service is complete. So that was really fantastic. I think after that, I did feel a sense of relief again. I felt like this lightness come over me. It wasn't as dramatic as the social anxiety one, excuse me, but it was still, I don't know, it did feel a bit like a level of peace that came over me. So I feel like it's one of those things I want to continue doing, and tune up with, because you know, life gets messy and things happen, and you know, we all need to tune up. So for anyone on the fence on this, I really recommend trying this out. It's not like anything else you've ever done. I've done a lot of energy healings, and this is very different, like very, very different, and in a positive way. And so if something is making you curious, that should be a reason enough for you to explore this, because you wouldn't be curious if it wasn't for you in some way. So I thank Elisa, I thank the whole team. Thank you so much. And I can't wait for the next one, and keep up the great work. Thank you all. Bye.